Well, it's the first full day of summer, and I'm going to show you a new way to garden. It's called chaos gardening. Come on, let's take a look. Now, even though it is the first day of summer, it's still not too late to plant a garden. We're going to talk about this chaos gardening. We'll talk about that in a second. But you can actually start a garden, and right over here, where we had our winter crops, our broccoli, cauliflower, we still have some cabbages that are going to come in here in the next few days. But we got beans coming up. I must have dropped a couple carrot seeds because we got a carrot coming up there, and I got a tomato over there, and we've got a dandelion coming up. I'm gonna let that all grow. If you've never grown anything before, a container is a really good thing to start with. Now, radishes, you're gonna have really good success with radishes. Lettuce also, and they both grow very fast and you get a harvest pretty quick. But you also have some root crops that grow pretty fast and do really well in containers. You can get some beets and some turnips. It's a little late to do tomatoes or any of the really warm weather crops. But what we want to do is we want to get a couple successes under our belt. And if you are a first-time gardener, you get a couple successes under your belt, then you can plan for next year. Now, if you have an established garden and you have a little space like I've got right here, I'm going to try this chaos gardening to see how that works. I threatened to do a W, and I think I'm going to do a W. What does that mean? Well, I'm just going to lay it out with my initial. Why not? It'll make sense when I show you what this chaos garden is all about. But just like everything else, you want to move your mulch back. We'll see if this comes out looking like a W when it grows. Now, my wife's probably not going to be real happy with this, but I think it's fun. Well, I think that's a decent W. So what do you mean by chaos gardening? Well, it's kind of like nature. We're just going to mix seeds and we're just going to plant them randomly. Has anybody ever said you can't have enough beets? I've had a couple comments recently, one saying beets are the nastiest vegetables in the garden. I used to think so too. Tastes like dirt. In this deep mulch, well, I'm not going to sell you any beets and I'm not asking you to try them. But I found in this deep mulch, they don't taste like dirt. I don't have any chemicals on them. And when we boil them down, that juice is just as sweet as can be. So I'm going to plant some more beets. And yeah, we've got purple beans growing right here, but I'm going to throw a couple of the purple beans in this W. That ought to be interesting. So the chaos garden is kind of the theory of nature where seeds just kind of fall where they land. So we got beets in there. I have a few of these tricolored carrots left in this one pack. I don't know if they're going to germinate, but we're just going to add them. I think the principle behind this chaos garden is to open up an entire area and scatter a bunch of seeds throughout the whole thing. But if you can't have fun in the garden, then it's all work. And I am going to be kind of deliberate and put 3 up in each point. Because if these do take off, they're going to be big enough. And then, like with everything else, just pat them in. Nice soil contact. And even as hot as it's been, you can see how moist this soil is. A little bit of mulch on top. We're going to be good for the evening. And we'll see if we get a W come up. Oh. And the whole point is to always have something coming on so you can eat out of the garden all summer long. And this variety, I believe, is called something like Sugar Short or something like that. It's not supposed to be very long, but these are very tasty. You can do this too. Leave a comment and tell me what you have growing in your garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.